What's up, everyone? My name is Wilt Bernard, and this is my story. Okay, the first time that I encountered the prophetic was in Trinidad and Tobago. Shout out to my homeland. Lived in Trinidad for a couple of years. So let me give you my story, right? So I'm with this band and we're playing, and it was the first time I came to encounter with the prophetic, and I saw then Apostle Brent Pedro ministering, and after the band played, he's ministering over everyone and telling them about their destiny and what God wants them to do, and it was so amazing. And we're lined up, so he's coming to me, and I'm like anticipating this prophetic word, because I'm like, if all these people are getting prophetic words and falling out on the ground, then my mind is gonna be blown with what God has to say to me. So when he reached, he lays his hands on me and he begins to prophesy, and he says, "Son, the Lord said you haven't seen anything yet." Guys, at that moment, I was upset with the Lord, because I said to myself, God, how come all these people are getting all these amazing prophetic words, and all you have to tell me is you haven't seen anything yet? I'm like, God, I think he's off. I don't think he's a real prophet. Fast forwarding about 2 or 3 years, I end up connecting with that prophet and end up attending to his ministry and build a relationship, a real awesome father and son relationship. And he began to teach me about the prophetic. As he began to teach me, he started to tell me about Christian International and about Bishop Bill Hyman. And it was the first time that I heard about these prophetic people that were God called to establish the prophetic within the earth. And I said to myself, God, I want to go there. I want to go there. And guys, let me tell you, I had no money. We weren't that well off. And I had to be there for 3 years because they had a school here. And it was impossible for me to get here. But I believe that God said, go. And let me tell you something. When God spoke to me and he confirmed it with my spiritual parents and they said, go for it, by faith, I went to my bank account. I took all my savings and I began to sow money. And you would not believe it, but God opened the door. He sent wealthy people to bless me, to pay for my trip. It had a guy named Declan that helped sponsored me, and Sam that helped. They put their business on the line to support me to get here. And as I got here, I was hungry for the prophetic word, but I was also hungry to find myself, because all I knew was ministry. All I knew was just functioning and going day to day in ministry, but I didn't know who I was as an individual. And when I came to Vision Church, this is where I began to where I found the man before the ministry. This is where God broke me, and this is where I encountered God to such a degree that I understood that God wanted to love me and he didn't have to love me, which means our relationship, or my relationship with him, was on a totally different level. And let me tell you guys something. Till this day, those prophetic words is what I use to continue propelling me forward in God. When I'm faced with an issue, when I'm faced with a problem, God has always been faithful. And let me give you guys a joke. That prophetic word that was spoken over my life, maybe 8 years now, or 8 years from now, I believe, is what God has used to govern my life, what God has used to guide me. Because every time I'm faced with a situation, every time I'm faced with impossibilities, guess what comes back? You haven't seen anything yet. And I'm living today in America. I'm married. I am the assistant pastor at the church. Me and my wife, we travel in ministry. And that word, that one prophetic word, keeps on pushing me and propelling me. And I want to tell you guys this don't matter how a prophetic word may sound at the time, you may not fully understand it, but it will push you into destiny and will allow you to experience the love of God like you've never experienced before. I came to Vision Church and I have formed relationships with Pastor Tom and Jane, with Pastor Joe and Anna, and they have helped build my wife and I, which I met at Vision Church, to become the people that we want to be and the people that we're aspiring to be. This has been such an awesome journey. And let me tell you, it had ups and downs. It wasn't all good. We had some challenging times, we had some hurtful times, but the support, the love, and the strength that is in this ministry has positioned us for this. So I want to tell you guys, we love you. Thank you for taking time just to listen to my story, and I hope it's a blessing to you. Have a good one. Hey guys, for more content from Vision Church and my little personal story, please check out our social media platforms right here.